Okay, I'm going to start here on the side just to the left of my garage approach. This is a knockout rose that I thought was dead. I was ready to dig it up, and this year it just emerged victoriously. And then there's a stone that my friend Debbie gave me. And then I have some arbivora in the pots that I got last year. They're really nice. They look like metal, but they're not. And I'm going to plant some draping annuals in there later today. And then there's some asters. They look like they're getting ready to bloom. And I have tried to kill those because they just grow up everywhere. They just keep coming back. And then bordering this bed, I just about fell over, are some Stella Dolaras, which I have those in another bed, and I'll show those to you later. And I just planted this year, so this will fill in really quite nicely. And there are two, I think they're Oso Peasy roses. I just planted them. One looks really kind of pathetic, and he's been fed and watered. Don't know what's going on there, but the other one looks just a little better. And directly behind that is, they have already bloomed, is a, it was, oh gosh, my mind's lost it. They're really a pretty purple bloom on the top of it. Can't think of it right at the moment, but next time I'll write all these down, then I won't I won't forget when I'm showing them to you. Coming around the sidewalk here, you can see one of my lazy dogs right in my way. Daylilies coming down here to the side of the sidewalk, and then there are spent tulips. They were gorgeous this year. I planted those last fall. And coming on down here, I have a beautiful fern and a little bicycle. And then I have some of these cherry trees, cherry shrubs, I guess. I don't know what they're called. There's some oh look, there's a big bumblebee. They must really like that spirea. There's some salvia, and of course my shrubs need trimmed. Actually, all these need trimmed. I don't let them get that high here against the house, and this is kind of the corner tree, and I let it get taller, but it needs to be trimmed now as well. The boxwood need trimmed. So we're going to keep walking down here toward the front door, and there's more of the salvia, but in between the salvia is lavender. I think I planted groups of 3, and they're not, lavender's not doing too well. I kind of worried about that. There's a crepe myrtle. The tips are really pretty. I don't know if you can see them in the light here. And there's two lavender waiting to be planted. The hydrangea has been there for, oh, maybe 6 years or so. Looks like it might bloom this year. It's going to be a beautiful year for hydrangeas, just beautiful. There's the 2 lavenders I need to plant. There's a salvia. He looks like he might need some water. We were supposed to get some rain, but it's not coming till later today. There's a boxwood back there I planted because the one I originally planted died. But I want you to look at these hydrangeas. They were planted last fall. And maybe it was spring. It might have been spring. I'm sorry. Because I remember them blooming a little bit. But boy, have they ever grown and shot up. And the spirea has two. And of course there's another boxwood back there by the front porch. And then here on the corner, I flanked it with a couple of the Stella Delara, the lilies, the yellow lilies. They do really well here. Over here on the porch, I have two mums from last fall that look kind of sad. They look like they should have been in the ground. They were in these pots all winter, and we had a horrible winter, so can you imagine? They're still alive. And going around from the front step, there's a wreath I made out of with a wagon wheel, and some old watering cans, and that wire planter, I'm going to put a big basket in it with some beautiful flowers. This is I believe it's one of the, here's some more Stella Delaras flanking this whole flower bed. There's two hydrangeas here that bloom later, and they might be the pinnacle kind. I don't remember, but I think what happened was I planted one here to the front, and it had not come up or whatever, and then this spring I decided to plant another one, so that middle one may have to be moved. But look at these hydrangeas already. They were planted last spring as well. They love this location. Oh my gosh. They get shade. It's on the, let's see, maybe the east. Yeah, the east side of our house. And there's some more. I'm going to walk around it now. There's some salvia in the back of the lilies. There's a lily, there's a salvia, there's a lily. This here is let me back up a little bit so you can see it, a serviceberry tree, shrub, whatever you want to call it. I had a Japanese maple. Hi, Mr. Robin. Oh, he's found the berries on the serviceberry tree. Lovely, that's what I planted it for. Are you having fun eating this morning? And they actually, you can eat these berries. They aren't, well, they're tasty. They're not very big. But this tree was one of the trees that the shrub, I think more or less it's called, it doesn't get very big. This is about the size of it. The Indians used to dry these and use them in their, Indians and the settlers, in their stews and things for flavor. And I've eaten them. They're very tasty. I like them. And back in there, there's 3 boxwoods in the back by the house, and then there's another hydrangea there, another hydrangea there, and another one back there. And then coming on around, something's been digging in here tonight. I hope it's not the dogs. I think it's raccoons looking for grubs. Because they love grubs in this mulch. And there's another cherry. Boy, is it tall. These need to be topped a little bit. Coming around, there's a couple salvia. Some of these were just planted this year, and then some were already there. Yeah, something's really dug right next. I don't know if you can see it. right next to that plant. My dogs must be sleeping at night. I thought I'd leave them out, or leave them where they could get out at night so they could take care of this, but I got lots of little maple trees coming up. I'm gonna have to pull those up. And then back here I planted an azalea. I wanted it to be in the shade, and I hope it makes it. That was a Mother's Day gift to me from my family. And okay, so going back, turn around here real quick. Maybe you can get the whole effect here from this side. There's the serviceberry tree. There's a old sharpening tool. There's the front door to the house. And my sunroom on the front. So we're just going back around to the front. And this will be the end of this video, and I've got other things I want to show you about things that I'm doing in the landscaping to improve, make a change, keep things interesting. I thought maybe I'd think of that plant when I came back around here. Oh goodness. Then I have a tall pot here. I'm going to put something in it. It's not going to stay there, but I just want to leave it there until I get it planted. And I wanted to show you this real quick out here. I haven't mowed my yard yet, but I have a old wagon wheel sitting here. So I'm going to get something to maybe grow up that, maybe just in a pot, because I don't really have a lot of soil around this tree. So that's the tour for today. Stay tuned, because I will have more to show you later on, and maybe another tour of that after things start blooming a little more. Hope you have a good day. Bye bye.